In the last class, you have studied about the preparation of hydrogen in laboratory. In this class, we shall study commercial production of dihydrogen. In that, first method is by the electrolysis of acidified water using platinum electrodes. We are using the acidified water for the preparation of dihydrogen. We are not using the pure water because it is a poor conductor of electricity. Therefore, it is made good conductor by adding small amount of acid. Therefore, we are carrying out the electrolysis using the acidified water for the preparation of dihydrogen. To understand this reaction, first, you should know what is electrolysis. Electrolysis is an electrochemical process of decomposing ionic compounds into their elements by passing electric current through an aqueous solution. What do you mean by this? Electrochemical process is nothing but chemical reactions carried out in the presence of electric current. In simple, electrolysis means electro means current, lysis means breakdown. Breakdown of compounds takes place in the presence of electric current. In the presence of electric current is called as electrolysis. Electrolysis of acidified water gives hydrogen and oxygen. To understand this reaction, this electrolysis is carried out in an electrolytic cell. Electrolysis is carried out in an electrolytic cell. This cell is containing acidified water. This cell is containing acidified water. This acidified water is containing H plus and OH minus ions. Water, when it ionizes, it is going to produce H plus and OH minus ion. We are considering the electrolytic cell with acidified water containing H plus and OH minus ion with the two electrodes. The electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. The electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery is called as anode, and the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called as cathode. We are considering the electrolytic cell. It is containing acidified water with two electrodes. These two electrodes are connected to the battery. The electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery is called as anode, and the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called as cathode. We are carrying out the electrolysis process. When the electric current is passed through this solution, you know that opposite charges will attract each other. That means positively charged cation. Cations will move towards cathode. Cations will move towards cathode, and anions will move towards anode. That means in the acidified water, it is containing H plus and OH minus ion. Positively charged ion means H plus ion, nothing but cations. This cation will move towards cathode, and anions means OH minus ion. This OH minus ion will move towards anode. The reaction taking place at cathode and anode is see here. First, in the solution, it is containing H plus and OH minus ion, isn't it? During the reaction at cathode ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? when electric current is passed, cations will move towards cathode, isn't it? Cation is H plus ion, it will move towards cathode and it will gains electron. H plus ion will gains electron and it is going to form a neutral hydrogen atom. This neutral hydrogen atom is not a stable one. Already you know that hydrogen will exist as an diatomic molecule. Monoatomic hydrogen is not a stable one. Therefore, this monoatomic hydrogen will combines with another hydrogen atom and forms hydrogen gas. Therefore, hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode. This reaction is called as reduction. In the last class, already you know the definition for reduction and oxidation. What do you mean by reduction? Reduction is nothing but addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen. This reduction can also be defined in terms of electrons as addition of electron. Addition of electrons ಅಥವಾ gain of electrons. in terms of electrons ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ it is nothing but addition of electron. Remember, always reduction will takes place at cathode because positively charged ion will move towards cathode. It has a capacity to gain electrons and it will undergo reduction. Cleared? Next, at the anode, what happens at the anode? Already I said that anions will move towards anode. In the solution, anion is OH minus ion. This OH minus ion will move towards anode and it will loses its electron. It is going to lose the electron and it is going to form OH. This OH is not a stable one. It will combines with the 3 more other OH and it is going to form water and oxygen. Therefore, oxygen gas is liberated at anode. Remember the reaction. The overall reaction is acidified water. We are considering the electrolysis of acidified water gives hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is liberated at cathode and oxygen is liberated at anode. Important, it's very important. Remember the point, hydrogen is liberated at cathode. ನಿಮಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿ ಅನ್ನಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡಿಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯನೋಡಿಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟಾಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡಿಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯನೋಡಿಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ for the electrolysis of acidified water. Electrolysis of acidified water means dihydrogen can be prepared by this acidified water. Cleared? Overall reaction. This is the important reaction. Ishtu matra bardre saakagutte. Cleared? This is one of the method of preparation of dihydrogen. Next, second method of preparation of dihydrogen is high purity dihydrogen can be prepared by electrolysis of aqueous barium hydroxide solution between nickel electrodes. Barium hydroxide solution. Instead of using acidified water, we are carrying out the electrolysis process by using the barium hydroxide solution. We can get an I purity, that means 99.95% of pure hydrogen can be obtained by this electrolysis process. Remember the point, high purity hydrogen can be obtained by the electrolysis of barium hydroxide solution. MCQ questions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ನಿಮಗೆ. High purity hydrogen can be prepared by the electrolysis of by treating metal with acid or by the electrolysis of barium hydroxide solution, electrolysis of sodium hydroxide solution, sodium chloride solution. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Remember the point. High purity hydrogen can be prepared by the electrolysis of warm aqueous barium hydroxide solution using nickel electrodes. Cleared? Next, coming to a third method of preparation of dihydrogen. Third method is dihydrogen is obtained as a byproduct in the manufacture of sodium hydroxide and chlorine by the electrolysis of brine solution. By the electrolysis of brine solution. What do you mean by brine solution? Salt solution is known as brine solution. Concentrated NaCl solution. Instead of using acidified water in the electrolysis process, we are going to use the sodium chloride solution. Same electrolytic cell, we are considering the electrolytic cell with a sodium chloride solution with the two electrodes which are connected to a battery. The electrode which is connected to positive terminal of the battery is called as anode, and the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called as cathode. We are considering the NaCl solution with two electrodes. That means what the solution, in the solution there are 4 ions present in the solution. NaCl means it ionizes to form Na plus and Cl minus. NaCl solution we are considering, that means water is also present in that. It is going to produce H plus and OH minus ion. Totally there are 4 ions in the solution, that is Na plus, Cl minus, H plus and OH minus ions. Cleared? When electric current is passed through the solution, what happens when the electric current is passed through the solution? Cations will move towards cathode and anions will move towards anode. Here the anion is Cl minus and OH minus. Isn't it? You can see here anions are Cl minus and OH minus ion. Both Cl minus ion and OH minus ions will move towards the anode. At the anode, what happens? At the anode, oxidation will takes place. At the anode, oxidation will takes place. Chloride ion will undergo oxidation in preference to OH minus ion. It will undergo oxidation. What do you mean by oxidation? In terms of electrons ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ oxidation is nothing but loss of electron. Oxidation is nothing but loss of electron. This Cl minus ion will move towards anode and it will loses its electron, extra electron ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. By the loss of the electron, it is going to form Cl. You know that halogens are also diatomic molecules. That means that monoatomic Cl is not a stable one. It will combines with the another Cl. The Cl will combines with the another chlorine atom and it is going to form an chloride gas. Therefore, chlorine gas is liberated at anode. Remember the point, both the anions will move towards anode. in preference to OH minus ion, Cl minus will undergo oxidation and chlorine gas is liberated at anode. Next, what happens at the cathode? Both cations, that means which are the cations present in the solution? Na plus and H plus ions. Both the cations will move towards cathode, isn't it? Water means it is containing, it ionizes to give, in produce madutte H plus ion plus OH minus ion, isn't it? Two water molecules means it is going to liberate 2 H plus ion and 2 OH minus ion. In that case, H plus ion of the water will undergo reduction in preference to sodium ions. This H plus ion will takes up the electron. It gains the electron. At the cathode, reduction will takes place. At the cathode, reduction will takes place. Reduction in terms of electrons alli helodadre nothing but gain of electron athwa addition of electrons will takes place during the reduction. H plus ion, 2 H plus ions will takes up the 2 electron and hydrogen gas is liberated. This hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode and OH minus ion will be left in the solution. Cleared? What are the ions present in the solution? Na plus, Cl minus, H plus and OH minus ion. That chloride ion will is converted into chlorine gas. H plus ion in the solution is converted into hydrogen gas. Remaining, what are the ions present in the solution? Sodium ions and hydroxide ions are left in the solution. That sodium ions and hydroxide ion in the solution combines together and it is going to form sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is left in the solution and hydrogen gas is liberated at cathode and chlorine gas is liberated at anode. This is the one of the method of preparation of hydrogen. In this case, this dihydrogen is obtained as an byproduct. In the manufacture of sodium hydroxide and chlorine, we are going to get a hydrogen. Therefore, it is obtained as an byproduct ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Clear? ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಕ್ಯಾಥೋಡಿಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯನೋಡಿಕ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ 3 ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಹ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. This is the overall reaction taking place, but ನೀವು ಎರಡೂ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸಹ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. Once again, I will repeat. At the anode, oxidation will take place. Oxidation is nothing but loss of electron. Anions will move towards anode. Which are the anions present in the solution? Cl minus and OH minus ion. In that, Cl minus will undergo oxidation. That means it is going to lose the electron and forms the chlorine atom. Chlorine atom will combine with another chlorine atom and it is going to form a chlorine gas. Therefore, chlorine gas is liberated at anode. Similarly, at the cathode, cations will move towards cathode. In preference to sodium ions, hydrogen ions will undergo, H plus ions will undergo reduction. It will gain electron and it will undergo reduction to give hydrogen gas. Remaining ions in the solution, that is Na plus and OH minus ion. Na plus and OH minus ion in the solution combines together and it is going to form a sodium hydroxide. This is the third method of preparation of hydrogen. Cleared? Next, fourth method is from hydrocarbons. Which type of compounds are called as hydrocarbons? Compounds containing carbon and hydrogens are called as hydrocarbons. From these hydrocarbons we can produce hydrogen. What happens in this reaction? We are passing steam. Steam is passed over hydrocarbon. Simplest hydrocarbon is methane. We are considering the simplest hydrocarbon, methane. When steam is passed over this methane, steam is passed over methane at 1270 Kelvin, at 1270 Kelvin in the presence of nickel as a catalyst. Catalyst is nothing but a chemical substance which alters the rate of the reaction. In this case, steam is passed over the hydrocarbon at a high temperature of 1270 Kelvin in the presence of nickel catalyst gives carbon monoxide and dihydrogen. The mixture of this carbon monoxide and hydrogen is called as water gas. The mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen is called as water gas. This water gas is also known as synthesis gas or syngas. It is also called as synthesis gas because this mixture is used in the manufacture of methanol and number of hydrocarbons. This mixture is used in the synthesis of methanol and number of hydrocarbons. Therefore, it is called as synthesis gas, or it may be also called as syngas or water gas. Remember, it's very important for 1 mark. 1 mark ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ನಿಮಗೆ, what is water gas? Water gas is nothing but a mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen. ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, carbon and oxygen you should write both in an capital letters. CO, carbon monoxide and dihydrogen. The mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen is called as water gas. It is also known as synthesis gas. Cleared? 1 mark ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. It's very important. This is the another method of preparation of dihydrogen. Next method is preparation of dihydrogen using syngas. What do you mean by syngas? The mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen is called as syngas. The another method for the preparation of syngas is by passing steam over. If we pass a steam over coal or coke, by passing steam over coal. Coal is nothing but the compounds containing carbon. The steam is passed over coal at 1270 Kelvin gives a mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen. The process of producing syngas or a water gas from coal is called as coal gasification. Is called as coal gasification. Again, it is an important question for 1 mark. 1 mark ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, what is coal gasification? It is nothing but the process of producing water gas or a syngas from coal is called as coal gasification. Coal carbon will react with an steam to give a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. High purity. Pure hydrogen cannot be obtained easily from this mixture. It is difficult to remove the carbon monoxide from the mixture. Therefore, it can be removed by passing. Further, we are carrying out the reaction by passing steam over. We are passing the steam over this mixture, syngas. We are passing the steam over syngas in the presence of iron chromate at 673 Kelvin. We are further carrying out the reaction because it is difficult to get the pure hydrogen from that mixture. Therefore, we are passing the steam over this syngas. Carbon monoxide of this mixture reacts with steam and oxidizes to carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas. It is oxidized to carbon monoxide is oxidized to carbon dioxide, and we are going to get an hydrogen. That carbon dioxide can be removed by treating with an sodium arsenate solution. Therefore, we can get an hydrogen easily from this method. This reaction is called as water gas shift reaction. Again, it is also important for 1 mark. 1 mark ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, what is water gas shift reaction? Water gas shift reaction is nothing but steam is passed over water gas. Steam is passed over water gas. Remember, the water gas means it is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Carbon monoxide in the mixture reacts with a steam, gives carbon dioxide and dihydrogen in the presence of iron chromate as a catalyst at 673 Kelvin. It's also important for 1 mark. This is the another method of preparation of dihydrogen. Clear? Next, try to answer these questions. What is water gas? What is coal gasification? Write any 2 laboratory methods of preparation of hydrogen, not a commercial method. You should write the laboratory methods for the preparation of hydrogen. Next, what is water gas shift reaction? Cleared? Next, coming to the physical properties of dihydrogen. This dihydrogen is a colorless gas, odorless, tasteless and combustible gas. It is a lightest and insoluble in water. These are the physical properties of dihydrogen. Next, we shall see the chemical properties of dihydrogen. In that, first is reactivity. This dihydrogen is having high bond dissociation energy. What do you mean by bond dissociation energy? Amount of energy required to break down the bond is called as bond dissociation energy. If I consider the hydrogen molecule, if we want to break this bond between the hydrogen atom, it is called as bond dissociation energy. It is having high bond dissociation energy. Large amount of energy is required to break this bond. Therefore, the reactions will carried out only at high temperature. The reactions will carried out at high temperature. Next, this dihydrogen will undergo reaction by the loss of electron. When it loses electron, already you know that hydrogen atom, when it loses its electron, it is going to form an H plus ion. It is going to form an H plus ion by gaining an electron. When that hydrogen atom gains electron, it is going to form an hydride ion. H minus hydride ion will be formed, or it can also undergo the reaction by sharing its electron. It can form a covalent bond. Cleared? It can undergo the reaction by the loss of electron, or by the gain of electron or by sharing its electron. These are the two chemical properties of dihydrogen. Next, we shall see what are the reactions taking place. Next, we shall see what are the reactions taking place with respect to dihydrogen. In that, first is reaction of dihydrogen with halogens. Group 17 elements are called as halogens. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Isn't it? These elements are called as halogens. This dihydrogen reacts with halogen. Generally it is represented as X2 ಅಂತೇಳಿ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. It may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine ಅಥವಾ iodine ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? When this hydrogen reacts with this halogens, it is going to form an hydrogen halide. It is going to form an hydrogen halide. This is the general reaction. If I consider a particular reaction, that is when hydrogen reacts with chlorine. If I consider particularly chlorine molecule, when hydrogen reacts with chlorine, it is going to produce it is going to produce hydrogen chloride. It is going to give hydrogen chloride. This is the one of the reaction between hydrogen and halogen. Similarly, if I consider fluorine, hydrogen reacts with fluorine to give hydrogen fluoride. If I compare the reactivity of these halogens with the hydrogen, in this hydrogen will react with fluorine in the dark. The reaction is carried out in dark. It is going to give an hydrogen fluoride. Similarly, hydrogen will react with an chlorine in the presence of sunlight. In the presence of sunlight. Hydrogen will react with a chlorine in the presence of sunlight to form hydrogen chloride. Then the hydrogen will react with chlorine and iodine at high temperature in the presence of catalyst. The reaction will carried out only in the presence of catalyst. Remember the point here. Hydrogen will react with a fluorine in dark to form hydrogen fluoride, but the reaction of chlorine will take place in the presence of sunlight, but the reaction of bromine and iodine with hydrogen takes place in the presence of catalyst at high temperature. Therefore, the reactivity is HF will be formed easily when compared to hydrogen iodide. This is about the reaction of hydrogen with halogens. Cleared? Next, third, the reaction with dioxygen. Reaction with dioxygen. That means hydrogen will react with dioxygen. Already you know that oxygen will also exist as diatomic molecule. Hydrogen will react with oxygen to form water. This reaction is an exothermic reaction. During this reaction, energy is liberated. Therefore, this reaction is called as exothermic reaction. Remember, hydrogen reacts with oxygen to form water. Next reaction is reaction with dinitrogen. That means hydrogen will react with dinitrogen H2. Dihydrogen will react with dinitrogen at 673 Kelvin, at the temperature of 673 Kelvin and at a pressure of 200 atmospheric pressure in the presence of iron as a catalyst. In the presence of iron as a catalyst, it is going to form ammonia. It is going to form ammonia. What is the formula for ammonia? NH3. Nitrogen reacts with hydrogen at the temperature of 673 Kelvin and at a pressure of 200 atmospheric pressure. In the presence of iron as a catalyst, it is going to form the ammonia. This process of manufacture of ammonia by hydrogen and nitrogen is called as Haber's process of manufacture of ammonia. Cleared? This is one of the important reaction between hydrogen and nitrogen. One of the use of the dihydrogen. Next, we shall see the reaction with metals. What happens when dihydrogen reacts with metal? Dihydrogen reacts with metals at high temperature to form formation agutte. When hydrogen reacts with a metal, it is going to form a metal hydrides. It is going to form a metal hydrides. This reaction is carried out at high temperature. First ಗೆ reactivity ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, hydrogen reaction will takes place at high temperature. This hydrogen will react with the metals to form their respective metal hydrides. If I consider the alkali metal, reaction of hydrogen with alkali metal, dihydrogen reacts with an alkali metal. You can consider any of the alkali metal. Here I am considering the sodium. When sodium reacts with an hydrogen, it is going to form sodium hydride, NaH. It is going to form sodium hydride. Balance madidre 2 NaH and 2 Na. Hydrogen reacts with metal to form their respective metal hydrides. Hydrogen reacts with sodium to form sodium hydride. Sodium hydride. Remember the point. Next reaction is with metal ions. Dihydrogen reacts with some metal ions in aqueous solution to form metals. What do you mean by this reaction? This hydrogen is reducing metal ions to their respective metals. Here hydrogen will act as an reducing agents. Last class alli helidini, reducing agents andre enu anta, the substance which reduces other substance and itself undergo oxidation. This hydrogen is giving electron to this metal ion. This is Pd2 plus. It is short by 2 electron. 2 electrons kadme ide. When it gains the electron from the hydrogen, it is reduced to Pd, palladium. It is reduced to its respective metals by the gain of 2 electron. This hydrogen molecule, this H2 will reduce this metal ion to their respective metal plus hydrogen ion is left. Cleared? This is the one of the reaction with metal ions. Next we shall study the reaction with metal oxides. Dihydrogen reacts with metal oxides to form the respective metals. Reducing agent ಹೇಳುವಾಗಲೇ ಸೇಮ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Dihydrogen will act as an reducing agent. What do you mean by reducing agent? Already ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, the substance which reduces other substance. Here this hydrogen is reducing metal oxide to metal. Hydrogen is reducing metal oxide to metal. What do you mean by reduction in terms of oxygen? Removal of oxygen, isn't it? Itself undergo oxidation means addition of oxygen. It is reducing metal oxide to their respective metals. Similarly, here this hydrogen is reducing copper oxide to copper plus water. In this case, hydrogen is reducing zinc oxide to zinc. Therefore, you can say this hydrogen is used as an reducing agent. Reducing agents ಅಂದ್ರೆ already definitions ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. This hydrogen is act as an reducing agent. It will react with a metal oxide to form their respective metals. Complete reaction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ನಿಮಗೆ H2 plus ZNO gives. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಏನಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು? Zn plus H2O. ಯಾವುದೇ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್. This dihydrogen reacts with carbon monoxide. Dihydrogen reacts with carbon monoxide at high temperature. Dihydrogen reacts with carbon monoxide at high temperature to form methanol. Methanol will be formed. Hydrogen will react with the carbon monoxide to form methanol. What is the formula for methanol? CH3OH. Methanol will be formed. Methanol. Alcohol will be formed. Therefore, this is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. This mixture is called as water gas or synthesis gas. Why it is called as synthesis gas? Because it is used in the synthesis of methanol, hydrogen and carbon monoxide. This mixture is called as synthesis gas, isn't it? It is used in the synthesis of methanol. Therefore, it is also called as synthesis gas ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇರೋದು. Next, reaction with unsaturated hydrocarbons. With ethene, dihydrogen reacts with ethene to form ethane. Dihydrogen reacts with ethene to form ethane. What do you mean by unsaturated hydrocarbons? Unsaturated hydrocarbons andre eno? Nothing but the hydrocarbons containing carbon-carbon double bond or triple bond. Then the type of compounds are said to be unsaturated hydrocarbons. In that, first type of unsaturated hydrocarbons is ethene. This is the molecule here, CH2 double bond CH2. Hydrogen, dihydrogen will adds to this ethene. ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಒನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್, ಅನದರ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್. If the one hydrogen adds to this carbon, what happens? It gets converted into CH3. If another hydrogen adds to this CH2, then it becomes CH3. Ethane will be formed. Ethane. Here alkane will be obtained. This is the reaction of dihydrogen with ethene or the unsaturated compounds. Cleared? Next is hydroformylation. What do you mean by hydroformylation? It is nothing but addition of aldehyde group. Aldehyde group is nothing but CHO group. Addition of this aldehyde group and hydrogen atom to the carbon-carbon double bond is called as hydroformylation. Dihydrogen reacts with alkene. Alkene means compounds containing carbon-carbon double bond in the presence of the carbon monoxide to form aldehyde. To form aldehyde. What happens when this hydrogen is going to reacts with the alkene in the presence of carbon monoxide? Hydrogen, one of the hydrogen is added to carbon double bond, another hydrogen will combines with this CO and forms aldehyde group. The addition of the aldehyde group and hydrogen atom at the carbon double bond is called as hydroformylation. First ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, one of the bond breaks and one hydrogen will adds to this carbon, another hydrogen will combines with CO and it is going to form aldehyde group. This aldehyde group is added to this CH2, then we are going to get an aldehyde. Further it reacts with that aldehyde, further reacts with hydrogen. Aldehyde means you can write it as RCH2 split ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ C double bond OH, C double bond OH. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ one of the hydrogen is added to this oxygen, another hydrogen is added to this carbon atom. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ R CH2 CH2CH2OH. It is going to form alcohol. Alcohol is formed. Dihydrogen reacts with aldehyde to form their respective alcohol. First step ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, dihydrogen will react with alkene in the presence of carbon monoxide to form aldehyde. That aldehyde further reacts with hydrogen to give alcohol. This is the one of the important reaction of the hydrogen. Next, coming to the uses of dihydrogen, it is used in the, already you know that, ಈಗ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಯೂಸಸ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಥನಾಲ್. ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೆಥನಾಲ್. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಥನಾಲ್. Second, this hydrogen can be used in the manufacture of ammonia. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ammonia. Otherwise, it can be also used for the manufacture of nitric acid and fertilizers. Next, liquid nitrogen is used as a rocket fuel. Next use is it can be used as an reducing agent. It can be used as an reducing agent. Already ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ reducing agents ಆಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. It is used to reduce the metal oxide to the respective metals. Next use, it can be used as a fuel cell in generating electrical energy. Next use is dihydrogen can be used in the manufacture of synthetic petrol. It can be used in the manufacture of synthetic petrol. These are the some of the uses of dihydrogen. Clear? Thank you.